And so we have reached our last problem here. Bree is baking cupcakes. The recipe calls for 3 1/2 cups of flour, 2 1/3 cups of milk, and 3/8 cup of sugar. So we'll start with part A here. Part A, Bree combines these ingredients. She's combining. What operation might that be? She combines these 3 ingredients in a bowl to make batter. So here's my bowl, and I'm combining 3 different things, 1, 2, and 3, and I'm tossing them all in the bowl. And what does that make? Aside from a 3-eyed alien, I think there. That kind of looks like an alien if you look. Anyway, 3 things are going into the bowl. You're combining, therefore you're adding. So we'll start with part A, right over here, part A. She combines these 3 things. So 3 1/2 plus 2 1/3 plus 3/8. And first, before I can add, I need to convert these to improper fractions. Now, I could do it a different way, but we've just been doing it by converting it to improper fractions. It's easy. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so that leaves us with 7 over 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7, so 7 over 3 this time. Remember, we're just keeping the bottom number on the bottom, and then 3/8, which is already in fraction form. The next thing we need to do is find a common denominator. What's a common number that 2, 3, and 8 all go into? Well, we might say, let's list out the different multiples of 2, 3, and 8. So 8 has different multiples. We can start with 8, and then 16, and then 24. 3 doesn't go into 8, and it doesn't go into 16, but it does go into 24. We know that, so that's a good multiple. 2 goes into 24, so I think 24 is going to be our best bet for our bottom number. 24, 24, 24. We want a common denominator of 24. So we have to find what we would multiply 2 by to get 24. Well, we'd multiply that by 12. 2 times 12. So we'll have to multiply the top by 12. And 7 times 12 is going to be 14, 7, 84. And then we'll multiply this one. What do we get to become 24 here? We got to multiply that by 8. So we'll multiply the top and the bottom by 8. 3 times 8 is 24. 7 times 8 is 56. And then finally, we need to have a 24 over here. So we'll multiply this by 3. That means we have to multiply the top by 3, which gives us 9 24ths. And of course, we're going to be adding those together. So we'll add those together. And now that we have them all there, we're just going to add across the top here. We're going to add across all these numbers across the top here. And that's going to give us, let's see, 84 plus 56. 80 plus 50 is 130. 6 and 4 is 10, so that's 140. Plus 9 is 149 over 24. Now that's an improper fraction. We've got to simplify it. We'll hold on to this and remember this for later. But for right now, 149 24ths, we need to simplify that. How many times does 24 go into 149? Let's do our division right here. 24 goes into 149 how many times? Well, 25 goes into 150 about 5 times. So let's say maybe we take it in there. Let's try 6 times. Yeah, maybe 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. Carry the 2. 6 times 2 is 12, plus that 2 is 14. That is leaving us 5 left over. So it goes 6 whole times, so 6 whole times, with 5 left over, and each whole has 24 pieces. So our answer is 6 and 5 24ths for part A. Then we'll come over here and we'll do part B. Part B says if Bree divides the batter into 1/16 cup portions for each cupcake, how many cupcakes will she make? So we've got our batter again. And she's going to take a little bit out, and she's going to put it in this 1/16 size cup. She's going to put some in this one, and she's going to put some in this one, all the way around, etc. And that looks like the legs of our alien. If we put those together, again, sidetracked, that's fine. B here, what we're going to do is take our result, right? We added all these together, and we got 6 and 5 24ths. We also know we're going to have to convert that to fraction form anyway, so we're just going to use this number right here, 149 over 24. And then we're going to divide by 1/16 because we're dividing this up into these little portions that are 1/16 each. Right? So we're dividing it up into these small pieces. For division, you'll remember, pretty simple stuff. It's just like multiplying, except we have to keep, change, flip. So we'll keep the first number, 149 over 24. we'll change our division symbol to multiplication, and then we'll flip this one, 16 over 1. Now we've got some real math to do here. 149 times 16. All right, so 9 times 6 is 54, carry that 5. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 5 is 29, carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8, 894. We've got to add our placeholder 0. 1 times 9 is 9, 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 1 is 1. We add those together. 4 plus 0 is 4, 9 plus 9 is 18, carry the 1. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13, carry the 1, and that leaves us with 2,384. It's a big number there, 2,384 over 24 times 1, which is 24. So now we're going to have to do some division. I know you're loving me right about now, and that's okay. 24 goes into 2,384. Well, 24 doesn't go into 2. It doesn't go into 23. But it does go into 238. How many times? Well, let's just take a kind of a guess here. We know that 25 goes into 100 4 times. We have 200s, so that's 8 times. And then we have another 25, so that's 9 times maybe. Let's look at 9 times. So let's try 9 here. 9 times 4 is 36. We're going to carry our 3 there. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 3 is 19, 20, 21. Let's subtract it. 8 minus 6 is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. Leaves us with 22. And that's smaller than our 24, so we are in good shape. We need to bring down our 4. How many times does 24 go into 224? Once again, 24 goes into 100 about the same number of times as 25, so that's 4. And we have 200s, so that's 8. And then we have another 24, so probably 9. Let's put 9 down there. 9 times 4 is, again, 36. 9 times 2 is 18, plus the 3, 19, 20, 21, so 216 again. Subtract those. We've got to borrow 1 from the 2 to make this into a 14 here. So 14 minus 6 is 8. The 1's cancel out, the 2's cancel out, leaving us with 8. 99 and 8/24. Are we done? No! So we're going to simplify here. We've got 99 and 8/24. We've got to simplify 8/24. Well, what goes into 8 and 24? Well, 8 goes into 8 and 24. 8 divided by 8 is 1. 24 divided by 8 is 3. So that leaves our final answer to be 99 and 1/3.